Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. It's alright. Where else would you go, you know? You know when your workout intensity has been a bit too high for a bit too long in the gym and then you get injured? Well, the same thing happens in life. You work too hard on too many things for too long and then you get sick, right? And what happens then? You have to take a break and it ruins your consistency. It's your body telling you you've been doing way too much for too long and it's now forcing you to take a break. The human body is not designed to be under so much intense stress for so long, whether that's emotional or physical. Now, of course, I'm not completely shitting on intensity. Intensity is important sometimes. It can help you find your boundaries, where your failure points are, and it can help build massive resilience because you're forcing your body to do hard things. But we can't do it all the time for a prolonged period of time. I found in my experience that toning down the intensity allows me to train more consistently for a lot longer. It also means I can work more consistently on more things for longer. Therefore, over time, getting better results. And I actually think that lowering the intensity sometimes takes more discipline than going full out all the time. Let me explain what I mean. It takes awareness to see the signs that you're going too hard for too long, and it takes discipline to pull yourself back. The little voice inside you is yelling at you saying, you need to do more, you need to do more. But it's actually that discipline part of you that can say, wait, no, I need to stop. I need to pull back, I'm doing too much, I'm getting sick, I feel a niggle in my back, whatever it might be. It's important that you listen to that, right? And you reduce the intensity. That allows you to stay consistent so you don't have to take a break because you've got sick or you've injured yourself in the gym. And consistency and discipline have this weird paradox where it takes discipline to create consistency. But once you have that consistency going, it becomes a habit, and therefore it takes less discipline to actually keep doing the thing, right? So we've spoken about why consistency is sometimes better than intensity over a period of time. But the real question is how do we build consistency? Well, it's easy really. We start small and we start simple. You don't walk into the gym and try and deadlift 100 kilos, same way you don't start a business and make your first goal to be make $1 million. If we start too big, our belief system hasn't yet caught up with our ability to what we can do. So we start small, we start simple. Maybe the first job is to go to the gym once. One day a week, go to the gym, walk on the treadmill for 10 minutes. Or it could be plan the idea of your business. Find out what your niche is. You know, there's so many things we can focus on that is a starting point. That's how we start consistency. We start small and we start easy, almost so we can't fail. The next thing is having a routine with some flexibility. And what I mean by that is this. Let's say you want to go to the gym 3 times a week. Great. So let's say you're going to go on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. You know that on those mornings, you're going to get workouts in. In your week, you're going to do 3 workouts. That's where the routine comes in. It takes the thinking out of it and allows you to have a plan. But where the flexibility comes in is here. Let's say one night you have a late night, you don't sleep very well, and you think, man, I really gotta sleep. Then you just move that Friday gym session to Saturday morning, right? So you have this flexibility. Rest is also really important. It comes with consistency. If you wanna be consistent for a long period of time, you have to understand that you can't push even when you're tired for too long. I did it for years, and I kept falling out of routine. Why? Because I was pushing too hard for too long, getting sick, getting injured, and having to stop. And restarting gets harder every time. Anyone that's ever fallen off the wagon knows that that's the case. And I know this might sound absolutely crazy, but you don't have to fill every second of your life with doing things. I have found over the past few months that actually having planned downtime allows me to just relax and recover, and also means that if I do miss a gym session on Friday morning, I can do it on the Saturday or the Sunday because I have a free spot in my calendar. It's actually okay to have downtime, remember that. And the third step to building consistency is by having a realistic goal with a reward or a consequence attached. I find that 12 weeks is a really good time frame to set goals for. It's not too long, it's not too short, and the goals need to be achievable with a little bit of effort. They need to be a little bit outside your comfort zone, but not so far out there's no chance you're going to make it. The goal needs to be not 100 steps in the future, the goal needs to be 5 steps in the future. You can watch this video up here where I talk about the concept of steps in a little bit more detail. And if at the end of that 12 weeks you've reached all your goals, then you buy yourself a reward. It needs to be something tangible, something you can hold, something you can see and experience maybe. Or if you don't reach those goals, maybe have a consequence. You can have both, but I find a lot of people work better off with just one. For me, it's having a reward. When I post 30 YouTube videos, I'm gonna buy myself this vinyl that I really want. And if you don't reach your goals, that's okay too. It's important that you look back, think, why didn't I reach those goals? Were they maybe too big? Were they too optimistic? And you don't never get that reward. You just push it back another month or 3 months. You decide. But having that specific goal that's achievable with a bit of effort, with a reward or a consequence in place, makes keeping that consistency so so much easier. And it's easy in this world full of millionaire teenagers that you see on social media to feel like you need to be somewhere right now. You need to achieve everything by tomorrow. And no matter how many stimulants and focus things and biohacking you do, you can't work at a high intensity all the time. You're going to get burnt out, or you're going to get injured. It's taken me years to work out where my point of burnout is and find my boundaries, and I'm still working that out. And you'll probably keep doing it for the next 5 to 10 years, right? But one day you'll think, man, that guy on YouTube, he was right. I should listen to him. But before that happens, you should probably subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to be dropping weekly truth bombs just like this one. And whether they resonate now or they might resonate in 5 years, hopefully they give you some benefit.